Well, welcome back. And in this story titled Avivekita, Vivekaha. Vivekaha means the wisdom to differentiate between what is right, wrong, what is dharma, what is adharma, what is papa, what is punya, like that. What is vidya, what is avidya, like that. To differentiate between two things, that is called Vivekaha. That Vivekaha, we say discrimination or wisdom. Vivekata means, Vivekita means the quality of having that Viveka. Avivekita, the quality of not having that, means the stupidity, ignorance. Avivekita, someone having that stupidity. Okay. Surendraha nama raja स्वकीयं कुमारं विद्याभ्यासार्थं श्रीकर्णनामकस्य पंडितस्य गुरुकुलं प्रेषितवान्. Okay, in this some scanning, it is not done nicely. Anyway, I will read it. You can understand from my reading. Surendraha nama raja, a king in the name of Surendraha, Swakiyam Kumaram, his own son, Swakiyam Kumaram, to his own son, Vidyabhyasartham, for the sake of education, Shri Karna Namakasya Panditasya Gurukulam Preshitavan. He sent him to the Shri Karna, a Pandit, a scholar, his Gurukula. He sent to that school. Ekavarshanantaram Surendraha Gurukulam Drashtum Gatavan. Ekavarshanantaram, after 1 year, the king Surendraha Gurukulam Drashtum Gatavan. He went to see the school. Tatra saha putrasya adhyayanam triptikaram nasti iti bhavanam praptavan. Tatra means kutra, Gurukule. In that Gurukula, saha, kaha Surendraha Raja, putrasya adhyayanam triptikaram nasti. The education of adhyayanam here means that the education, the studies of his son is not satisfactory. Iti bhavanam praptavan. Like that he got some feeling. Etam vishayam. Okay. Etam vishayam Shrikarnasya samipe prastutya raja uktavan. This vishaya, etat vishayam, that is putrasya vidyabhyasaha triptikaraha nasti iti vishayam Shrikarnasya samipe prastutya raja uktavan. And telling it to the teacher of that Gurukula, Shrikarna, the king told, Hey Guruvarya, O teacher, mama putram varshatrayabhyantare panditam kartum na shaknoti va. Is it not possible to make my son a scholar in 3 years? Yavat shigram. So here it is chatva sandhi. Yavat shigram. The shakara became chakara. Yavat shigram saha panditaha bhavet iti mama apeksha iti. So the king told, I want my son to become a scholar as early as possible. Yavat shigram means as early as possible. Tada Shrikarnaha Vidya Bhavanasya Nirmanartham Anitaha Shilaha Shilakhantancha Pradarshayan. Then the teacher Shrikarnaha Vidya Bhavanasya Nirmanartham, for the sake of constructing a new institute, Vidya Bhavanam. We can call it as one educational institute. Anitaha Shilaha, Shilakhantancha, the stones and other building materials. Pradarshayan, showing that, He Maharaja, O king, Yetasam Samagrinam Upayogena, by these materials, using these materials, upayogena, samichinam bhavanam nirmatavyam chet. If a very good building is to be constructed, nyunati nyunyam, nyuna ati nyunyam, like that, nyunati nyunyam. Here is a samasa. Nyuna means less. Nyunati nyunam means to the least. Ekavarshe apekshitam eva. 1 year is required. The lowest of the time to construct a education building, it requires 1 year. Kintu laghu kutiram tu saptahabhyantare nirmatum shaknumaha. But if you want to construct a small hut, kutiram, hut, laghu, yes, very small, kutiram, saptaha abhyantare, savarna dirgha sandhi is there. So within a week, it is possible. You have to understand what the teacher is telling, that guru is telling. The king asked, can I not make my son in 3 years a pandit? But the teacher told, see, you have here so many building material. With this building material, if you want to construct one institute, educational institute, it will take minimum 1 year. But if you want to construct a small hut, in 1 week it can be done. What is the meaning of saying that? You want your son to be a pandit, it takes its own time. You just want to make him, he knows superficially something, some shastra, then in short time it is possible. Ataha asmabhihi bhavanam nirmatavyam uta kutiram iti purvameva nischetavyam. So knowing the time, we have to understand and decide. Asmabhihi bhavanam nirmatavyam uta kutiram iti purvameva nischetavyam. So nischetavyam, tavyat pratyaya, nirmatavyam, tavyat pratyaya, like that you can see here. So he says, you have to first decide whether you want to construct a big building or a small hut. A small hut will not take more time. A big building naturally will take more time. So you want someone to become pandit, naturally it takes more time. You want someone to get superficial knowledge, then you can go for short-term crash courses. Tat anugunam tad anugunam, Jashva Sandhi. Pretnaha karaniyaha, aniyar pratyayanta shabdaha. So we have to do efforts accordingly. Iti uktavan. Accordingly here means what? Bhavanam nirmatavyam uta kutiram. Accordingly. So the king is indirectly given the answer that your son cannot be made a pandit in a short duration. It takes its own time. Etat vachanam shrutva. Having heard these words, Raja Atmanaha Avivekitam Jnatavan. The king came to know his stupidity. It is really stupidity that how can someone become a scholar in a short period? So much is to be learnt, so much is to be listened, so much is to be pondered over, thought over, and so many advice we should get from others. All our doubts are to be cleared. It all takes long period. Mama putrasya vidyabhyasaha itarachhatranam iva yathakalam prachalatu iti adishya gurum shrikarnam mein पारितोषिकादीनाम सत्कृत्य राजधानीं प्रत्यागतवान्. So etat vachanam shrutva iktva pratyayanta shabdaha. Having heard the words of Guru, Raja Atmanaha Avivekitam Jnatavan. Avivekita, the nature of his ignorance or stupidity. Jnatavan, this is iktavatu pratyayanda shabdaha. Jnatavan, he came to know about his own ignorance regarding learning and making somebody scholar. Mama putrasya vidyabhyasaha, the education of my son, itara chhatranam iva, itara iva, like other students, yathakalam, as much time as it needed. That is the meaning of yathakalam. Prachalatu, let it go on. Iti adishya, like that telling. Adishya means normally order, but here he is not ordering the guru. So he is telling. Gurum Shrikarnam Paritoshikadinam Satkritya. Paridoshika. Paridoshika means gift. Adinam Satkritya. So treating the teacher well by giving some gift and donation. Rajadhanim Pratyagatavan. He came back to the kingdom. So there is no shortcut for anything to learn quickly. You can't become a billionaire overnight. You can't become a scholar overnight. You can't become a strong, well-built body person overnight. Everything needs its own time. Okay? So it's a nice story, and nowadays it is very essential, because nowadays everybody wants everything to be done very quickly. And this mentality, it is spread throughout the world. People want things to happen very quickly, but everything is having its own time. I used to say to many people as Garbhakalaha. Garbhakala means there is a gestation period for everything. Even to cook a rice, there is a gestation period. You can't take rice in 2 minutes. It has its own time. Well, hope you liked this story, and I will meet you in some other news story. Take care. Bye-bye.